Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick, and in today's video we are joined by some prominent figures from around the world to talk everything crypto. Guys, as we get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, do go ahead and hit the like button. I appreciate that, Chris appreciates it, and I like to think that all the people who are joining us today will also appreciate it. If you are new, then do go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you will not miss another update. If you feel inclined to do so, share it. It really helps push out these particular projects from the people who have joined us today, and it would be fantastic to get a bit of a bigger reach on this particular video. Right, with all that said, done, and out of the way, let's jump on down and welcome everyone over to the show and start getting into what exactly is going on here in the crypto space. So, hi and welcome to Cheeky Crypto. We are joined today by Mickey from World Mobile, Marcelo from 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗓, Lee from Harmony, and Matt from 𝗕𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗘𝗪. Shall we start with the brief introductions, Mickey?
Absolutely. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much for having us on the show. I'm Mickey. I run a company called World Mobile. World Mobile is a global mobile network operator based in the sharing economy.
Yeah, Marcelo Mari here. I'm the CEO of Singularity DAO and director at Singularity Net. With Singularity DAO, we are trying to bring sophisticated artificial intelligence tools to the world of decentralized finance with the aim of bringing mass liquidity and making life easier for everybody to get exposure to the crypto economy.
Hey everyone, I'm Lee from Harmony. I'm the CEO of Harmony. We are a layer 1 blockchain that is very fast and affordable to use. We're EVM Ethereum compatible, and we're here to scale applications to billions of users so that a billion people can be impacted by the power of crypto.
Yeah, hi, great to be with you guys. Pleasure to be here. So Matt Dixon, 𝗕𝗙𝗪.io is the business. We're basically we believe the world's first decentralized, unbiased cryptocurrency rating system. So without human touch, basically an artificial intelligence system using AI and machine learning to evaluate the true underlying value of cryptocurrencies.
It's thoughts on tokenization, right? Because we've been talking about it for a while on the channel in the way that we expect in the future that almost everything would be tokenized, right? Stocks, housing, fine art, wine, you kind of name it, it potentially could be tokenized, right? And it's an interesting kind of area that I don't think many people really appreciate the kind of level that it can go to. But Lee, I know obviously with Harmony and obviously tokenization, you've obviously run NFT platform 𝗕𝗏𝗪 as well on Harmony. But what's your thoughts on tokenization?
Yeah, I think basically, I think you're right. Everything will be tokenized, and the things that touch the real world, like what Mickey was probably talking about earlier, I would say you guys are doing all the hard work of actually touching the real world, actually touching government, actually touching law and jurisdictions, and like some of the real assets, like real estate, probably actually are really hard. The idea's been around for 4 years, 5 years since I got started in this space, but I think tokenizing financial asset makes sense because it's just a superior technology. It's like the idea of why retail stores are no longer as prominent, because online shopping is better. You get more selection, faster shipping, and everything's much more efficient, right? It's the same with blockchain. Is more efficient than a centralized ledger to account for finance. It's more efficient than the current way we sell and distribute art, which is why NFTs are so big now. And all the intellectual property will become liquid intellectual property that becomes tokenized. And I think even DAOs, right? We haven't talked much about decentralized autonomous organizations today, but I think they're going to be more efficient forms of governing a country, a company, rather than the current setup. So the reason why everything will be tokenized is because this is a superior technology, right? And at the end of the day, like in the long arc of human history, a more efficient technology always win out. We always want less friction in the world. We always want more efficiency in the world. And
it just makes sense.
Yeah, it just makes sense, right? You're on the right side of history. I think there's a French saying about like how you're on the, I can't say it in French, but it's like maybe they came up with it during the French Revolution, but it's like if you're on the right side of history, you'll eventually end up in the right place.
I kind of feel like it makes it a level playing field, right? Because you can then sort of look at the, I don't know, let's say, penthouses in New York or London, for example, and how much they cost. It's almost like you can do it at a macro or micro level and buy a percentage of a property, right? For me, it kind of levels the playing field as an investor as well, right?
Yeah, and not just that. I mean, something that we often forget to mention, but the tokenization of sport is something that is really exciting. If you guys, I mean, I haven't had the chance to follow that closely, but tokenization of I mean, fun tokens, right? And and how popular they're becoming. I mean, I saw Inter Milan is now, I mean, on their T-shirt they have sponsored by 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗪, and apparently part of Messi's salary will be paid in tokens. I mean, this is massive. I mean, this is the perfect way to reach the masses, right? I mean, through sport, and we're getting crypto in front of billions of people potentially. I mean, it's the most popular sport in the world, right? So tokenization of sport as well. Let's not forget about it.
Fulham. Thank you very much.
World Mobile is now on the front of Fulham's T-shirt, and I talked about this on the show the other day as well. I think it's going to be remarkable walking around London and just seeing people with replica football shirts with World Mobile on the front. Like, I just
even more remarkable will be tuning into a new esports league across the African continent and zooming out and seeing villages that still have mud huts and on stilts all of a sudden with play centers that have lightning fast internet, all green energy, all powered, and where, you know, the scores of these athletes, these e-athletes, the future generation, are logged on the blockchain. So it's a super exciting time for us, and we also believe sports is the way to reach the masses. As a seasoned telco people, it's always been a great relationship with sports clubs and getting the brand awareness out there, but even more so, I believe now.
Yes, exactly. Isn't it? I mean, we've seen, so as you say, Marcelo, it's so rare. There's chilies as well.
I read that Inter Milan had got like an additional 34 million revenue from fan tokens. I just thought that was remarkable. So yeah, I think for mass adoption, I think, you know, getting into the sports scene from a crypto side of things and blockchain side of things is immense,
and not just betting either, right? Because that's where we've seen typically it going. But now, you know, if you want mass adoption, you've got to do a couple of things. One, you've got to go to where there isn't already mass adoption. That's the easiest way. But of course, those places the infrastructure is lacking: identity, power, connectivity. So you know, tokenization for this market as well is massive. No one's thinking about that. You know, it's not that this everyone comes to me, excuse me, definitely not everybody, but people come to me and say to me, well, look, how are you going to make money in African village? And it's like they think that African villagers don't work or don't have work, or they've been working since they were born. They're the best workers in the world. They're the best entrepreneurs I've ever seen, without any infrastructure or no light after 8 o'clock in the evening, and they've still got buckets of money underneath the bed. So you bring connectivity, you bring identity, you bring a way for them to have self data governance and economic freedom of choice, and boom, you know, they're buying straight into tokenization as well. And then their countries, their states, they're going to be very open as they see the transformation of blockchain technologies. They're going to be very open to many different aspects, and actually will start to lead what we call the first world, which is, you know, not the first world. That will become the first world.
And there you go, guys. It was fantastic to be joined by 4 key people within the blockchain space. If you guys have found this video useful, informative, maybe even insightful at times, then do hit the like button. Chris and myself really appreciate that. If you do feel inclined to do so, share it, get the messages out there, guys. With all this said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all in the next one.